Salutations, Mr. Cross here from Tech 3D, back from the void, emerged out from the nether. Oh, you still exist, mate. Yeah, do you? So I'm making this video for two reasons. It's mostly just to say hello. If I feel like I've not made a video for like a couple of years now, even though I have. There's been some come out, but nothing of value really in a couple of years. You know, that goes back to the core of what this channel was all about. And I'm not going to get, this is not the time to go into, you know, my reasons why and all that kind of stuff. But it's just to see if there's anyone still there. If I was to spin something back up, is there still people here? Because I know this industry so well at this point. And I know that like 82,000 subscribers, sure. But a lot of those guys will have retired, graduated, don't need the content anymore, changed jobs, got promoted into management. People will have even died from a subscriber base, right? I've been around that long. And yeah, so it's just like, is there anyone still there, you know? I would have thought at this point, the majority of people who followed for the tutorials of their learning journey is done, right? You know, you've done, you've learned, you're now an expert yourself. So, you know, and that's TCS, and it's tutorial channel syndrome, which I've spoken about at length over the years. It's one of those areas, there's a niche that's almost impossible to grow a channel in, really. You can get numbers, but really the audience is very volatile. They come and go because it's just the nature of learning. You know, you only need to learn for so long before you don't. So yeah, anyone still there? Hi, if you are, say hello down below. Because yeah, if I do want to spin something back up, I sort of need to know there's some people around. And the second reason is a bit somber. It's not somber. It's a bit sad. It should be a happy occasion, but I just want to tip the cap to the fact that Friday gone was a bit of a major milestone for the channel. But nobody really noticed. Nobody said anything, least of all me, the person who probably should have done. But Friday was 10 years of Tech 3D / TFI. There's a 10-year anniversary on Friday, January 12th. 2014 is when I started this, January 12th. So, you know, I've got a lot to say about that, which I'm not going to get into. But in a nutshell, I always said over the years, right, as I put so much of my life into this channel, even though it didn't always materialize into a video. There was so much research and learning and practicing, you know, researching what videos I could make. For about 5 years, 100% of my free time went into this channel, even though, like I say, videos didn't materialize out of it. And I always said, if the channel's not where I feel it should be in 10 years, then I have to wind it down, because if it's not going to happen in 10 years, it ain't going to happen ever. And that point kind of came a couple of years ago, and I realized, like, I've even quit my job, went full time to do this, and it's still not, you know, I'm still not seeing a curve up. So it's just not going to happen, Neil. It ain't going to happen. You know, you can keep beating the dead horse, you can keep smacking it with a bat, you can keep trying, but it ain't moving. And it didn't really. In fact, it just slowly, you know, over a few years, it was like a very just greater than a horizontal line, right? It was maybe 2 degrees, and then it went. And I was like, oh, it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, 10-year anniversary was Friday. If this was any other channel after 10 years, right, most of them will have had some kind of celebration, compilation, highlights reel to talk about it and that kind of stuff. But for me, it just didn't seem appropriate to do that based on kind of where my mind's at with it, and the fact that nothing's really I can't really celebrate the fact that nothing's happening, right? Who am I putting that video out to? Is there anyone still here who's been around for that long, right? But anyway, yeah. So I thought I'd tip my cap to that. It's been 10 years. What next? What next? Well, you know, I came and made a video late last year. You know, what next? And I was like, and I think it was before Autodesk University. And I said, I'm hoping Autodesk University at Vegas lights a fire under me. That came and went, and it didn't. You know, it was great of an event as it was. It didn't really reignite the drive that I've got to make videos on here. So I'm still sort of waiting for that to happen. But it's a struggle. It really is. It's a struggle to get that motivation back. Yeah, the channel's ticking over quite nicely at the moment. It's not going to last, but you know, the tutorial back catalogue is getting enough views to keep the channel monetized. At least it's not paying me anything really at all. But which, you know, again, after 10 years of work, is what it is, right? You know, you can't expect to get paid if you haven't put the effort in recently. But yeah, that's that's probably going to come to an end at some point as the videos become obsolete and out of date. A lot of them are from Inventor 2014 to 2016, right? That sort of era. That software is now unsupported. It's changed. It doesn't look the same anymore. So at some point, the tutorials will all be obsolete. But yeah, moving forward, I don't know at this point, mate. You know, I've thought about making a training, like a digital download training course. That would be something that I feel I could justify putting my time into. But it's like, who am I marketing that to? You know, who's the audience for a digital training course? There's so many e-learning sites, you know, so I don't know. So I'm still thinking about that, but I don't know. And like a Vault one as well, like a Vault high-end, intensive sort of administrators level course for Vault is something I'd think about doing, but it's so niche. There's so few people in the world that are interested in that. It's hard to find them. And, you know, a course like that could just go online for sale and just never be seen, just never be noticed, you know. But I don't know. But anyway, I'll leave it there. I'm not going to waffle on for any longer. Just popping by to say hello. I'm still here. Are you? And you know, it's not total curtains for the channel by any stretch. I've just not really sat down recently and wanted to make anything for it. It's just, it might happen at some point. I don't know. But thanks to anyone who still is around, and thanks to if you're here and you've supported the channel over the years and you've been around for a long time. Pipe up, let me know down below, and I'll get back to you. And yeah, day in and day out, I'm still working on consultant projects. If there's anyone that needs stuff done, Vault work, anything like that, let me know. I do need to change my flipping website form, which in fact I'm going to do after I upload this. I'm going to edit that and make the form easier to fill in, because it's a bit of a lengthy one. But yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Doodles.